Good morning. Boy, how are we all feeling after that Sunday night extravaganza? I myself, well, I was very nervous, boys. Holy crappers. Something felt off all day long. Something just, it's weird being a Lions fan and spending so many years. You young cats, you don't know what this is like. But for years and 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 years, the Lions almost exclusively played at 1 p.m. So waiting until, like last week, I felt like I sat around and waited all day for the 4 o'clock game. And now here we are, prime time, Sunday night football, Houston Texans, Detroit Lions on the road, battling it out with AFC South leading Houston Texans, who last year were I don't want to say a surprising team, but they did go from having the number 2 overall pick in the draft and then moving up to take the number 3 overall pick in the draft as well, to being a playoff contender. I think they actually made the playoffs last year with rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud, who had his own, narratives around Ohio State quarterbacks to shuck and get rid of, which he did. And I am personally a fan of C.J. Stroud. I actually like the Texans. I have since they became an expansion team back in the early 2000s. But I can't let that get in the way of you're playing my team, my beloved Detroit Lions, who are... Look, let's just cut right to it. After yesterday's win with the Lions and Kansas City's dramatics to win, is it not? It's inevitable. It is inevitable now to just, we want the Chiefs. The Lions want the Chiefs, Super Bowl. Lions, Chiefs, Super Bowl. Lions, Chiefs, Super Bowl. It's inevitable. Lions, Chiefs, Super Bowl. Lions and Chiefs, Super Bowl. I want it. You want it. All of America wants it. This is what we need. Lions and Chiefs Super Bowl. Oh, but yesterday was absolutely nerve-wracking, fellas, both for you and for me. And I was very nervous. I was very nervous. The first half was very ugly. Let's be honest, fellas. Jared Goff did not play his best ball. Our run game got shut down. I am not surprised by that. Houston has one of the better running defenses in the NFL. And coming into this game, we had allowed almost 100 yards to the last 3 running backs individually, not combined. Pollard went for like 90, and I think Aaron Jones went for like 97. And then Josh Jacobs bullied us last week pretty hard. So Houston came out and tried to do damn near the same thing. And luckily, we really clamped down on the run defense. We really turned it around, and all of the kudos, all of the awards go to our defense for bailing us out of this game. This was an ugly game offensively. We played far from our best football. There are many reasons for that. Everybody knows I've been kind of hard on Taylor Decker on this channel. He was sorely missed. Okay, when you go from a Taylor Decker to, we all know I'm a fan of your friendly neighborhood Dan Skipper. Okay, I don't dislike Dan Skipper, but he's not the guy to be your blindside protector, even in a backup spot. Like, look, dude, you're 7'12". Okay, you're fun to watch come in and play that heavy tight end on jumbo packages. It's fun. It's gimmicky. You're the friendly neighborhood Dan Skipper. I just don't want you starting at the left tackle to protect my $250 million franchise quarterback in Jared Goff. Thankfully, Will Anderson Jr. was out, so we didn't have that nightmare ahead of us. We just had the rest of the relentless Houston defense who was in Goff's face all day long and forced Jared Goff to set a personal record with 5 interceptions in a single game. So that alone, 5 interceptions is not something you typically come back from. You don't turn the ball over 5 times and still win a game unless you are the team of destiny. And the Detroit Lions have the mandate of heaven behind them, okay? So we're going to get into a little review here of the game. You guys know where we're going with this. We're going to head right on over to DetroitLions.com, and we're going to go and we're going to read a recap from my boy Tim 20man. You guys know we love Tim 20man on this channel. Make sure to thumbs up the video if you like Tim 20man. Before we get into the article, though, dude, do me a rock solid favor. Go ahead and Like the video if you enjoy what we do here. Comment down below what your take was on the game. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so that you can be part of the Hat and Beard crew. Share this video around with all your friends because that is actually how the YouTube algorithm knows to push my content out there, is through subscriptions and shares. So even if you don't want to actually share it with somebody, here's a funny little hack you guys can do. If you're on your mobile, right, for those of you guys at work, keep pooping, all right? Keep hitting your pen and keep pooping. We're here for break time. But just hit share and just copy the URL onto your clipboard. Don't have to share it with anybody. You just have to copy that URL and it counts as a share. So I really, really appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate it. All right, here we go. Coming to us from DetroitLions.com. Recap. Lions at Texans. Tim 20 Man. Timothy 20th Man. The 20th man named Tim. We like Tim 20 Man around here. All right, Houston. Talk about a resilient bunch. Despite trailing 27-3 at halftime, quarterback Jared Goff throwing a career-high 5 interceptions. The Detroit Lions continued to fight and claw, and in the end, they came away with one of the most improbable wins you'll ever see. Yeah, this win is a Dan Campbell win. You don't win this football game if you are not Dan Campbell and you're not a Dan Campbell-led team. These guys are bought in. They're bought in. They're all in. All in. We are all in with these old guys, right? Everyone's bought in. And the resilience. You know, Dan Campbell said years ago, you know, you're going to punch us and we're going to get knocked down. We're going to get back up. And you're going to hit us again and we're going to get knocked down. And we're just going to keep getting back up. And everybody thought he was just blowing smoke, just saying things. He's crazy Dan Campbell. You're starting to see the results, right? You guys see this, how everything he said, the team he said we were going to beat, we are. Kicker Jake Bates hit a 52-yard walk-off field goal to give the Lions a 26-23 come-from-behind road victory, over the Houston Texans. That improved their record to 8-1 on the year. 8-1. 8-1 is a crazy thing to see for a Detroit Lions fan. And let's not take anything away. Jake Bates, dude, you are following in the footsteps. It is like you are like on a career trajectory of like a Jason Hanson for us right now, bud. Y'all think I'm just joking when I say the Ballad of Jake Bates. This dude is becoming a folk hero in the Detroit Lions organization, and he deserves every bit of flowers. I mean, the kick to tie the game and then the kick to win the game. I mean, you couldn't get more opposite ends of the goalpost. And, brother, I'm telling you, I don't think you could have gotten daylight between the ball and the upright. I literally think it came down to that ball happened to rotate. If it had been spinning at any different speed, it might have doinked. But it's mandate of heaven. Detroit's defense deserves a ton of credit with the win, posting a shutout in the second half to give them a chance. They were put in some bad positions by the offense because of turnovers and did a great job all night keeping the Lions in it. 2 second-half interceptions by cornerback Carlton Davis III were huge. Yeah, our defense. So this is defense wins championships. This right here is what defense. Okay, defense wins championships. Offense can put up a bunch of points, but sometimes the offense is going to sputter. When the offense sputters, when you're high-flying offense, everybody's talking about the offense, and Ben Johnson's the hot name right now. He was the hot name last year. He's continuing to be a hot name. Everybody's talking about our offense. Jared Goff, low interceptions, MVP Jared Goff. You can kiss that right out the window with a 5-interception day. Okay. But our defense pulled it out. Aaron Glenn, and you guys know I've been very hard on Aaron Glenn. I've been very hard on our defense. So this line right here, the defense deserves a ton of credit for the win, posting a shutout in the second half. Think of where we were 4 years ago. Think of where Hat and Beard was 4 years ago. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure I was calling for Aaron Glenn to be fired. I did not think he was qualified to be a defensive coordinator in the NFL. But I was wrong. Dan Campbell sticks with his guys. Come hell or high water. Well, unless you're the old offense coordinator, Anthony. Gosh, what is his name? Who was the offense coordinator that we fired before? Big PP Ben Johnson took over. Irrelevant. Our defense now won us that game. Our defense can be a unit to turn the tide. And how lucky we are. Not only that Carlton Davis has been a huge addition. I mean, a third-round pick for Carlton Davis, that was a great trade, right? But the young guys, Brian Branch playing like a man possessed after getting suspended and fined for last week's bullshit call, right? Jack Campbell. All offseason, we talked about how Jack Campbell needs to be that guy to take the step in the offseason. And he has. Jack Campbell has taken a huge step forward. No longer is he a liability in coverage. He can diagnose and dissect offenses plays. He can make audibles at the line. He's a great tackler. For being 6'6", he's phenomenal as far as athleticism is concerned. Jack Campbell, Brian Branch, Josh Paschal. Josh Paschal, who's missed 2 weeks now. Josh Paschal, if he continues on the trajectory that he's at, he will be that heavy end that we like to play opposite Aiden Hutchinson for the next 3 years. Josh Paschal can develop into a Zadarius Smith-style player. A heavier defensive end who can get after the quarterback. Josh Paschal played lights out. Aleem McNeil is one of the top 5 defensive tackles in all of football. All right, there. And yeah, Terrion Arnold got flagged. We know Terrion's going to get flagged. We know he's going to get called with a PI, and I don't think it was justified, but you guys know me. I like to let the boys play ball. All right, so our defense pulled it out. We've come a long way in 4 years under Aaron Glenn. Detroit trimmed the Texans' lead to 23-20 late on the Sun God 9-yard touchdown catch from JG16. Detroit made it 23-23 with 5 minutes remaining on a Bates 58-yard field goal, the longest of his NFL career. Man, look, guys, I know we're getting kind of long-winded here on this one, but Jake Bates, dude, to go from last year selling bricks in Houston. He spent 2 weeks on the Houston Texans roster before being cut. And then he was selling bricks. And then he decided to give the UFL a try, right? And he signed a contract with the Spring League, the lesser league, the league that nobody watches. I watch it. I actually think the UFL product is really good. Okay? For being the spring league, your developmental league, right? Your other league. I think the product's good. It's entertaining. Yeah, you got your powerhouses and your powder puffs, but you know what, dude? When you're the Michigan Panthers and you're one of the powerhouses, it feels good, especially when you got a kicker named Jake Bates, who goes out there and kicks 60-yarders in the UFL. Man, oh man, 58-yard field goal, longest of his career, to tie it 23-23. The dude has ice water in his veins. I mean, bro, Jake Bates just has ice water in his veins. Ice water in his veins. Houston had a chance with under 2 minutes remaining to take the lead with a 58-yard field goal of their own, but Ka'imi Fairbairn missed it, which is an anomaly. Ka'imi Fairbairn is actually pretty... He's a better kicker, all right? He is more of a reliable kicker than he is a missed kicker type dude, but you know what, dude? Mandate of heaven. Mandate of heaven. That set up Bates to win with a 52-yarder as time expired to stay perfect on the season kicking field goals. I forgot he hasn't missed any field goals yet. This was definitely a tale of two halves, as follows, and it really was. I mean, the first half was terrible. That first half was terrible. The Texans got on the board first following Goff's first interception since Week 3 in Arizona on Detroit's opening drive of the game. Goff's short pass intended for Gibbs was tipped at the line of scrimmage, intercepted by Jimmy Ward at the Lions' 35. Running back Joe Mixon punched in the end zone 8 plays later on an 8-yard touchdown to give the Texans a 7-0 lead. And when that happened, I was like, okay, fine, whatever. You know, accidents happen. After a 34-yard Ka'imi Fairbairn field goal gave the Texans a 10-0 lead, Detroit found the end zone early in the second quarter with a 20-yard touchdown pass to Sam Laporta. It was Goff's 200th touchdown pass of his career and trimmed the lead to 7-10. When that happened, I was like, there you go, boys. There you go, boys, getting Sam Laporta involved. And it looks like Sam Laporta is going to miss the Jacksonville game by aggravating that shoulder injury and leaving me one catch short of hitting his parlay. Dude, guys, I was so close to a 15-leg parlay last night. Fairbairn made it 13-7 midway through the second quarter with a 56-yard field goal on the line. See, real quick, though, so you'll notice this, that they ended up having to kick a lot of field goals, which is that whole bend but don't break mentality with the defenses. And this is how you know you're a good team. You can't settle for field goals against the Detroit Lions. You have to score touchdowns. Boat race offense. You can't kick field goals when you're playing a boat race offense like us. On the next Lions possession, Penei Sewell was beaten by edge rusher Danico Autry and hit Goff as he was throwing the ball. The ball popped up, was tipped a couple of times, landed right in the hands of linebacker Henry Toliolo at the Lions' 36-yard line. That led to another Fairbairn field goal. Getting ahead of myself. Made it 16-7 late in the second quarter. Houston played the end of the first half brilliantly. And this is where it seems so weird when we were trying to run out the clock at the first half. That's not Dan Campbell's style of football. We were not aggressive. We literally were just trying to get out of there and get to halftime to preserve the 16-7 lead that they had over us. And that blew up right in our face, right? Because a minute left in the quarter, Houston took over on their own 34-yard line with 54 seconds left, marched 66 yards in 6 plays, go up 23-7 right before half. John Mechie, shout out John Mechie, okay? They talked about it on SNF, but shout out John Mechie for beating leukemia and then coming back. It was bittersweet because it was a touchdown against us, but that was his first NFL touchdown. So cheers, John Mechie. Cheers for you on your touchdown, for beating leukemia and then coming back. That's awesome. That's awesome. You can't hate that, right? And then Goff threw a Hail Mary interception, which was not cool. Not cool, dude. That made me, made me kind of sit in some Gatorade, right? What do I mean by sitting in Gatorade? See if we can pull this up real quick. I got this other thing pulled. Here you go. When I say sitting in Gatorade, this coming to you from Detroit Sports Nation. James Houston denies sharding during Detroit Lions win over the Texans. So James Houston pooped himself. James Houston was having a good game, right? He had a sack, and you guys know I'm a hater of James Houston, right? Oh, come on. Here it is. Okay, look right here. James Houston has a shit stain for the Detroit Lions. Bro pooped his pants. What flavor of Gatorade are you drinking, and how did you sit on it right on your butthole? Bro, you pooped yourself. You pooped yourself because you've been consuming poison, and it's not okay, James Houston. You need to stop lying and say, hey, y'all, I had sat on some Gatorade. Just chill. James Houston, you pooped your pants. You pooped in your pants. So that's what I mean when I say sitting in Gatorade. I was sitting in Gatorade that whole first half. The Lions defense opened the second half with an interception from Carlton Davis, right as Dan Campbell was calling for it, giving the Lions great field position. But then Kamari Lassiter, who left with a concussion, ended up picking off Goff for his 4th interception of the day, tying a career high. Goff and the offense had the ball back with good field position following a 3-and-out by Houston's offense after the Lassiter interception. Detroit trimmed the lead to 23-13 on a 3-yard David Montgomery touchdown, which, if there's 3 things you can count on in life, death, taxes, and David Montgomery scoring a touchdown. And then for some reason we went for 2 and we failed that. I'm not going to question it, though. Dan Campbell is a very smart head coach, clearly. I mean, we're 8-1. Davis recorded his 2nd interception right in the end zone. That was so beautiful, dude. When he just like I've never seen Carlton Davis. He has like go-go gadget arms and legs because he grew to like 7 feet tall to stretch out for that interception. The St. Brown touchdown had 2 huge kicks from Bates, wrapped the scoring with the win for the Lions. Right? Will this play? Oh, never mind. It's an ad. I don't want it. Yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna sit through an ad, fellas. QB comparison: Goff went 15 of 13 for 240 and 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, which gave him a rating of 59.7. So that MVP talk, that MVP talk of Jared Goff just went completely out the window when he threw 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interceptions against the Houston Texans on primetime television. C.J. Stroud went 19 of 33 for 232 and a touchdown, 2 interceptions, and a rating of 64.2. And we got to him 4 times, which is nice considering, you know, we don't have Hutch, but they are like the highest sacked team in the NFL. Big moment facing third and 6 at the Houston 48-yard line with 40 seconds left. Goff found St. Brown on an 11-yard to the 37 of Houston that gave Bates a chance to win it at the end. Man, we are so lucky to have Jake Bates. Detroit's defense made some huge stops on third down to get off the field, especially in the second half. Houston was just 6 of 15 on third down in the game. Detroit came in ranked number 1 on third down, 30%. It was a huge reason why Detroit's defense allowed 0 points in the second half. And then injury report, Sam Laporta left the game early in the second half and did not return. He's probably going to be out for the Jacksonville game. We'll keep an eye on him and Taylor Decker's health moving forward. And then obviously we got Jacksonville next Sunday, sitting nice at a 1 o'clock spot. There it is. Here we go. There's a zoop. St. Breezy touchdown. Man. Yo, St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. We are so lucky to have that guy. Because he doesn't sit in Gatorade. All right. So, what'd you guys think down below? Did you like it? Do you like what you seen? Did you enjoy the resilience out of the team? It was... I don't know how many more times I can say this, but I probably have some PTSD over the years of just being a Lions fan in the 90s and the early 2000s and all the way up until present. It's just surreal to see a situation where, you know, Mike Martz led teams, Marty Morningweg led teams, even Fat Patricia led teams would have just crumbled, dude. Even Chris Collins was, Jared Goff's going out after throwing 4 interceptions. Yeah, dude, because he's our fucking franchise quarterback. Fuck you to them. Chris Collinsworth. Guys, I cannot stand Chris Collinsworth. I can't fucking stand him. I'm actually surprised that he didn't bring up Patrick Mahomes at least 4 times last night. I was very surprised by that. I can't stand Chris Collinsworth. But yeah, Jared Goff. We're resilient. This Dan Campbell team. Dan Campbell was on teams that folded. He knows how to get out of that situation. You have to have faith in Dan Campbell and the boys. And especially here at the Hat and Beard Show, we sure do. So thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Hopefully you guys are having a good morning. Hopefully you didn't stay up too late watching the game. It was a wild and exciting game. So first time a team has come back from a 15-point deficit while committing 3 interceptions at the half since the Colts did it to the Bears in 1970. So we continue to break records. We continue to be a historic team. We are a team that has the mandate of heaven. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, smack like on your way out the door, comment down below your thoughts on the game. If you liked anything in this video, that's about it. You guys have been an attentive audience. I've been Hat and Beard. Thanks for hanging out. Bonga bonga. Frig off.